Hi everyone, my name is Howie and I am the lead undergraduate ambassador for the Office of URSA, which stands for Undergraduate Research Scholarship and the Arts. Today I'll be presenting the Research Ready workshop, which is for students looking to get involved in research here at OSU. A little bit about my own research. I'm a senior here at OSU studying mechanical engineering. I've done research in renewable energy, looking at the optimization of offshore wind farms, and in the aerospace field, designing aerodynamic components of rockets, specifically nose cones and parachutes. So, what exactly is research? Well, professors are required to do research as part of their tenure appointments. They usually have graduate students assisting them, and often undergraduate students like yourselves as well. We recognize that distance students cannot physically be on campus, but there are many opportunities for research to be done online. For example, Dr. Jeff Barstow, who is known for his research on Tibetan Buddhism, has done research with eCampus students, critically analyzing and interpreting text. Research does not have to be the stereotypical mixing of chemicals in a beaker under a hood in a lab coat. It can look many different ways. For example, we have a student looking at the rate of bike crashes on Monroe. Next, we have a student doing literary analysis, which is basically doing background research on research. And lastly, we have a student looking at cancer patients' reactions to MRI scans. All of this work can be done remotely. Research can look any way you want it to look. It can also come in many different shapes and sizes. If you're just starting out and trying to see if research is for you, you can commit to a long-term research experience. This gives you enough time to learn about the research team and see if it's a good fit for you without committing too much if it isn't. Summer is also a good time to do research, especially if you're not taking classes. You can commit more time, up to 40 hours a week in the research term instead of the maximum 20 hours it takes during the year. If you really like the project and the team, you can do a thesis project, which usually takes 1 to 2 years. Some programs require a thesis, like an honors college or a physics majors. If you are interested in doing a thesis, talk to your major advisor or research professor. Lastly, organized programs have set times depending on the program. For example, Sure Science is a 10-week program in the summer, and URSA Engage is a 15-week commitment. Participating in undergraduate research can lead to a huge number of personal and professional gains. You may have opportunities to present your research at OSU, in the US, or abroad. I, for example, presented here, but I also had the opportunity to travel to Atlanta to present my work. It also helped me build confidence in my ability to present my research. Doing undergraduate research allowed me to become a specialist in my field. I am a specialist here at OSU in nose cone design and parachute packing, and I advise other students on other rocket teams. Lastly, make sure to have fun in your research project. In our office, we have established 2 ways of getting involved in research, either through an organized program or independently creating your own research opportunity. First, we will talk about organized programs. There are many organized programs on campus. Some are campus-wide, like URSA Engage, which we'll get to soon. Others are major or college-specific. RUs, which stands for Research Experience for Undergraduates, are opportunities funded by the National Science Foundation to explore research at universities across the country. On their website, there are hundreds of research projects in all fields that students can apply for. Most of these opportunities pay for travel, room and board, and also provide a stipend for the summer. We have 2 ambassadors that have done RUs, so feel free to reach out to them and learn about their experiences. On our website, we have developed a master list of all the organized programs available. Feel free to check it out and see which ones are interesting to you.
Hi, I'm Sophie Pierzalowski. I'm the Associate Director of Undergraduate Research in the Office of Undergraduate Research, Scholarship, and the Arts. I'm here to tell you about one program that we encourage you to apply for if you're a first or second year student or a transfer student in your first year. This program is eligible for eCampus students. The goal of the URSA Engage program is to provide first and second year students and transfer students in their first year opportunities to pursue research or creative activities under the guidance of a faculty mentor here on campus. So students who are selected into this program receive $750 that's transferred into their student account, and their faculty mentors receive $250 that goes towards supporting the project-related costs. So you might be traveling to a conference, you might be doing PCR and need some PCR kits. That $250 can go towards that. The program is available to students on all campuses, so here on campus, eCampus, also our Cascades campus and extension, and it's open to students across all disciplines. So like I said, students have to be in their first or second year or a transfer student in their first year at OSU. This program is intended to fund new faculty partnerships with students, and so you can't apply for this program with a faculty mentor you've already been working with. Students need to be seeking their first undergraduate degree to apply, and if you're accepted, you have to be enrolled in at least 6 credits per term. So there's various steps to apply. The first one is to go to our website and download a giant catalog that we've created of faculty mentors and their project descriptions. So we just finished asking all the professors at OSU if they'd be willing to submit a summary of a project that they'd like a student to work on. And we've compiled all of these responses into a catalog that's over 160 pages long, and it's full of amazing projects for students to work on. So read through the catalog and kind of flag any faculty mentors that you are interested in working with. Underneath each faculty profile in the catalog, it says if those faculty are able to work with eCampus students, and you'll be surprised to see that quite a few are willing and able to work with eCampus students. The second step is to reach out to faculty with an email and set up a virtual meeting or a phone call to discuss applying to the program. Hopefully they'll say, yes, I'd love to work with you, and I encourage you to apply to the program with me as your mentor. And then the final step is once you've found a mentor, you can submit an application to the IRSA Engage program. So the timeline is that the application opens at the beginning of fall term, and it's due at the very end of fall term. So you have all of fall term to kind of identify a mentor and figure out which project you want to work on. And students who are accepted conduct research from the middle of winter term until the very end of spring term. So faculty meet with students once a week. If you're working with a graduate student or a postdoc, you'll meet a little less frequently with the faculty mentor and more frequently with the graduate student or postdoc. Students are doing research for 5 hours a week for 15 weeks. So again, like I said, from the middle of winter to the end of spring term. Students who are in the program have a few requirements that are expected of them. So you have the opportunity to present your research at a campus-wide symposium. You also write a short report on the benefits of the IRSA Engage program to you personally and professionally. There's a professional development workshop that we offer that you're encouraged to attend. And then we also do a check-in with each student during your participation in the program. So this is a photo of what one of our campus-wide symposia look like. This one happens in the spring. You can see that students are actively presenting their work to folks that come by. We recognize that it's difficult for eCampus students to physically attend an event like this, and so we've done a lot of work recently in the past couple years to make these opportunities more accessible to eCampus students. So we allow virtual presentations now. We've had eCampus students do virtual presentations of research posters where we actually print your poster for you and you have a laptop in front of it where you're virtually connecting with the audience. We also let students do virtual lightning talks and attend through a Zoom meeting. So we would work with you on which option fit best for you.
Next, we'll talk about how to get involved in research independently of the program. First things first, do your research on research. Google away. We recommend Googling your interest or major at Oregon State and then clicking on the first few links that pop up. Faculty lists are always helpful to look through because they have small summaries of professors' research and they include links to the professor's page to learn more about what they do. Make a list of about 5 professors that you're interested in working with, whose research makes you excited. After you make your list of professors, it's time to write the email. We have a template of an email that we have on the slides and also is available on our website. First, you want to start with introducing yourself, who you are, what your major is, and what you're looking for, so specifically getting involved in their research lab. Next, you want to talk about why you're interested in their work. This is where the research that you did earlier can be incorporated into your email and shows that you have done your background research and shows that you have taken initiative to learn about the professor's work. Next, it's great to add some questions in. This can help spark a conversation between you and the professor, and again, shows that you've taken initiative and done your research. Lastly, include some times that you're available to meet virtually or to talk on the phone. And if you include these times in the first email, this eliminates the need for later emails to set up this meeting. The next step is to meet with the professors. Make sure to keep in mind different time zones. OSU is on Pacific Standard Time, so make sure that your phone call is on that time. Business hours are usually from 8 to 5, and noon is usually left for lunch, so keep that in mind as well. And make sure that wherever you are, you have really good cell service or internet connection. Before a Skype call, make sure that you're aware of your background setup and noise, nothing too distracting. And also make sure to wear something presentable. The last step is to communicate what you need from your faculty mentor. Make sure to communicate your expected work hours, how often you're going to work, and how often you're going to meet with your faculty mentor. Again, make sure to communicate time zones when scheduling future meetings. And lastly, communicate whether you need to get paid or not, or if you need to get research credit. Make sure to visit our website if you have any more questions. We have a ton of resources available for students, like tips for distance students, how to contact the faculty mentor, and our Master Undergraduate Research Program list.
Okay, so there's a couple ways that you can get your research experience to be visible on your transcript. The first way is you can enroll in research credits through your department. So these usually look like Bio 401 or Fish and Wildlife 401. Every department manages these credits differently, so it's important that you talk with your academic advisor about how to enroll in the credits and what they might do for you. In some cases, research credits can replace upper division electives, but in some cases they don't. And so we recommend that students don't apply for these credits if they don't actually do something for you, because you're going to have to pay for every additional credit. If you don't want to sign up and enroll in a research credit formally, you can also get your undergraduate research experience on your transcript through a process called transcript notation. This is something that we run through our office. And basically it's a stamp on your transcript that says you are a research fellow or an arts fellow. And if you want to visit our website to learn more about that, there are forms available to fill out if you want to apply for transcript notation.